I swear I cannot believe that there was 3 of these films made. Like, I really thought somebody was trolling me when I was checking this out. And although I'm making a kind of a mockery of it, I'm gonna break it all down because I got some thoughts. So let's jump into my review of the new film Birdemic 3 Sea Eagle. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the film Birdemic 3 Sea Eagle, which made its world premiere at Fantastic Fest 2022. Now, the moment you start watching this film, you honestly are like, what the hell am I watching? Because there is a lot of issues. However, this is the third, as I said, Birdemic 3. And I thought this was just the name of the film. And I had talked to somebody and it was like, oh, they made another one? And I was like, there's no way. There's absolutely no way there's 3 of these films. And then I started to realize something, that this styling of films, the films that are just either overly, they know their audience, number one, and they present a lot of problems with the film structure to the point that you enjoy it because of what it does. I think, like, to the utmost scale example is like Sharknado, where you know, like, the CGI is terrible and you know the possibilities of what's happening is completely bogus and the acting just isn't there, and yet you still consume every one of them. I loved Sharknadoes, all of them. Sharknado 7 is one of my favorite. So I was like, oh, okay, I see. Because when the film first started, I was like, okay, this is a very wholesome start. Like, what's kind of happening here? And I'll come back and take. Actually, we'll just go into it now. They're in Santa Monica Pier. You have a Tesla 3 driver in Evan, and then he meets this marine biologist Kim, and then he's just like, he wants her bad. And when they're having their conversation, I'm like, oh, the ADR is not good. The mic levels were definitely by no means balanced. Like, she's talking kind of low, and then when Evan talks, he's like 10 times higher, and you're just like, what? So it was a little rough to watch instantly. Like, forget like the budget and the production. You know, I love independent films, so I'm not gonna say like, oh, it looked the cleanest or not, because I can get past that. But the ADR, I was just like, what? So I was like, okay. And then there was moments where it was just like, okay, this feels like a commercial. Like a commercial for like global warming or environmental protection. Because with the marine biologist and her studies and how, you know, kind of detailing the purpose of what she's doing here, you're like, okay. And then it just starts to get like over the top informative. And he's like, this definitely feels like a commercial. And then it quickly just becomes a comedy. And you're just like, okay, so we're not taking any of this serious. Or are we? Actually, don't know. My emotions are all over the place. Because it is a comedy. Then it's like a love story. Because this whole movie was nothing but them going on dates. That's it. And how she just not only romanticized him, but she loved his Tesla, and that was like that was the ceiling factor for her. So the film, nothing really happens, like nothing, until the end, where these CGI birds come into play, and they're attacking and killing people. And I got to tell you that I screamed, oh my God, more times than I ever in the film, and it was not for a good reason. I just could not believe just how bad the CGI of the birds looked. And it was so laughable. I was like, there's no way anybody in the bottom of their heart would say, put that out. And then I realized, like, okay, this is definitely one of them films, like a mockery of some sorts, you know. And once I made peace with that, and then I just started to enjoy the film. I was like, listen, if we're gonna go crazy, we're gonna go off the rails here, then just do it all the way, full tilt, go crazy. And the CGI killing birds and how they looked, it looked like a 8-bit video game. I mean, Duck Hunter might have looked better than the birds in this. Coming at the screen and the blood and oh my god. I just couldn't. And then there's a particular scene where there's some bikers and I just was just done. And the fact that there was just a score at time with no words, and then the bullets that were being shot, and then the burst again. I was like, what am I watching? So, all seriousness, like, this film is off the rails. The production looks wonky. The CGI is terrible. There is just a lot of awkward silence. The ADR isn't good. And I'm here to say that if you knew all of this and it still sounds like something you want to go check out, do so, because it is hilarious. Because it's so bad. And it's a short film. It's about 83 minutes is the runtime. It breezes through. And it's just the silliest thing I see. There's no way in my heart I can go check out the first two. But I will say that them coming back with a third takes a lot of courage. And I commend them for that, because I think after, as they say, the less well-received Birdemic 2 was released, they said, fuck it, let's do it again. Let's make it even more crazier. And I think that's had to been their mindset in doing so, their courage, and hell, that money that they had to spend to do so, because somebody still had to be paid, they did it. So honestly, you know, probably going back to watch this again, knowing just from the beginning that this was never trying to be serious and not even trying to be modest about even not trying to be serious. Like, this completely wanted to be bad, and that was their target. It makes me get a different appreciation. Again, it's much like Sharknado, where you're just like, oh, this is the most silliest concept I've ever heard. And this one just does it with a lesser budget. And I think that, like, these killing birds that come around in this terrible CGI swarm is just something that I just never thought I would put on my bingo card for 2022. I mean, I will say that the acting between Ryan and Julia, who's playing Kim and Evan, they also had a job too, and to make things awkward and very campy at times, like extremely campy at times. Oh, they delivered there. Not one point of their interactions did I believe, and I think that was their whole entire mission, was to make everybody uncomfortable and make this whole movie uncomfortable and unsettling, because the fact that there was a comedy romance kind of intertwined in this horror thriller and none of that worked. I just don't know what to say, folks. Just check it out, jump in the comments and let me know. Birdemic 3 Sea Eagle made its world premiere. Fantastic Fest, man, what a ride this was. Jump in the comments and let me know your thoughts about it, and as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.